and welcome back to more Danganronpa V3. We are here to discover some kind of truth.
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
Really?
What? Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Samuki is the mastermind because she's right behind Monokuma. She's right in front of Monokuma, and she's the only one who could be making the voices too. Ha! Let's go. We're done. I don't need to play this game no more.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Yeah, that is what that would mean.
Yeah, that is what that would mean.
With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
And I'll tell you, I'm getting kind of blurred with all the lying, so everything I say now will be the truth, okay?
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the Exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Miu's remote control, right?
Miu's remote control?
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Miu?
What the fuck, Miu? You had all this tech and you wanted to be dumb as fuck?
Oh, you didn't know? Miu not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer, she also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device.
Yo, what the fuck, Miu? I'm so mad.
Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the Exosols and took them for a spin.
That's wild.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite.
Out of spite, huh?
Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time? What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi? Yeah! Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating!
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
I mean, it's been like that for all 3 games, right?
But I wanna know!
The real mastermind is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko Inoshima, but that can't be it, because that bitch died like 2 games ago. If she's dead, we never come into contact with her. If so, who's done this? Who's playing this killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind. So, yeah, get to talking.
I agree.
Get to talking.
Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too, so no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Really? Huh?
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too.
Really?
This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma!
That's OD. Kokichi's OD, bro.
Versus Monokuma?
Kokichi's OD, bro.
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Remnant of despair?
He doesn't have his memories.
Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner!
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
You had to just say Suichi and the others, huh? What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party.
Bruh. Get the fuck out of my party, dog.
Who invited you?
Bro, get out of my party, dog. Give me your equipment, first of all. Alright, now you can leave my party.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this case.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Oh my god.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
So another truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. If Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, what evidence needs to be analyzed again? The murder video. Because the murder video, yeah! Because if you think about it, this motherfucker, like, okay, yeah, it was Kaido, dog. You know, Kaido's dead. You know what I'm saying? He should know just from watching this, right? I have to assume it's the fucking video.
This is it!
Yeah!
Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press. Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim.
Right?
But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with a hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
Right.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Bruh.
Huh? Really?
Bruh.
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. Hey, I love that song. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video and It must have been something to do with trying to fool Monokuma, taking the video of the murder, but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Hangman's Gambit. Okay, well, we gotta think of whatever starts with the next word. V. Victim. It doesn't show the victim. V-I-C-T-I-M. I see now. I got it.
The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know that.
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. That might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
What?
What?
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former
Oh,
victim.
here we go. They finally getting onto it.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad. Switching the victims was impossible.
He said it couldn't be edited or whatever, but are we gonna actually get to the point like where the fuck the dead body's at?
The footage showed the body being crushed. When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim?
Right before it did his final push, the last frame, bro. I swear, the frame went crazy. Like, we still gotta explain like why there was a cut in the fucking power, right? There was a cut in the power cord.
And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way. The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause.
Pause. So they could have basically just played, recorded it, paused it, switched the body out, and then recorded it again.
Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Back in the day, back in the day when I had a VHS and I wanted to record Naruto on Toonami and I wanted to edit out all the motherfucking, if I wanted to edit out all the ads, all the commercials, I would have to pause it as soon as it faded to black. Before it went to a commercial, I'd pause it and then resume recording, and it'd be like nothing ever happened. It's OD. But they could have just recorded it, paused it, switched the bodies, and then recorded it again on the last frame. Come on.
Damn it!
It's
Me
not
and my
impossible.
big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
Huh?
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See, you don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
That's right.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well.
Yeah, you better. Out here condemning me.
So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want that.
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Makiro mentioned.
Maybe he had already died to his own fucking... Because he was already sick. He was already sick. Who knows? He could have died to that.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Then let's all talk it over together.
together. And don't forget, you're not alone. Don't try to do everything yourself. It's only gonna wear you out. When times are hard, you gotta rely on your friends, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something
We're
out.
gonna figure some shit out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered. How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
The pause function, my boy.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time.
The pause!
Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
The trick to that video. The last frame. The speed of the fucking thing, man. The speed of the crusher.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Yeah, there we go.
Could it be that the video was shot at another location?
No.
Any other bright
Kibo was right. I
ideas?
think. Oh, there we go. We got the shots. All right, nice. I got the shots. I feel like someone says something that gives us a clue. Kibo. If we put our heads together, we can find a hope. So it's either the video or the hydraulic press that's gonna be highlighted.
Must be some
Yup.
trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that
Could
video.
be that too.
Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that
Oh my
video.
god.
When the hydraulic press stopped.
Yeah, boy.
I agree.
I agree. I agree with a robot. This is crazy. That was a robophobic remark.
Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second? Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
It kept going. My dude rolled out of there, my dude. That roll, though.
Yes, that's right.
That was
the
epic.
hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
My dude rolled the fuck up out of there.
but in the video,
It stops for a second.
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
But why would it stop?
Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I can think of. My mind. My mind is on your mind. What? Fuck it. Now we already got all the hit Monokuma, so this is a waste of a fucking minigame. It's too free. Especially if you got the skill that lets you like nullify damage. Get this shit out the way, man. Alright, so what am I looking for? Why did the hydraulic press come to a stop, man? Yeah, I think it's this. It's the middle object. Why would an exisal stop it? And this is, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I remember this is actually the hydraulic press fucking thing, so yeah, I thought so.
I see it!
I see it!
The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
Yup. Okay.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function.
Ah.
There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
Force to stop it.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
I mean...
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember. So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling.
Pause. Pause.
That would have clearly been caught on camera.
Pause. While the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see.
It
wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh? Huh?
The
What do you
pause,
mean?
bro, the pause.
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press.
Yes, I see it. That's how the bodies were switched. If you stop that, you could have swapped the bodies easily. Oh my god, this again? I guess I look for the camera. 'Cause I already know the answer. Hell is that? Pow hammer. Fuck out of here. Camera, dog. Where's the this is the camera, right? Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't waste my time on these easy questions. I got it. I'm the ultimate detective. I can solve an unsolvable murder and
The
shit.
culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press.
Thank you.
After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
Well, how do they press the camera in that angle and hit the button? Ugh!
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
You lying.
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me. But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? Bum, bum, dum, ba, dum, ba, dum, bum. On an exisal. On an exisal? On an exisal? I don't know. Bum, 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 ba, dum, ba, dum, bum, bum, bum. Wait, this is the hydraulic press. Fuck. Fuck it.
There!
I was bullshitting! Okay.
The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here.
Yo, when it comes to positional shit, I get freed up. I get freed up when it comes to positioning. So I had to bullshit that, bro.
To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
taken from that unnatural angle.
I'm taking that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, dude. I was literally like, I don't know.
If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
They had to be able to press the
But
button
if it was
too.
recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
You had to fucking press the button and hit the fucking button simultaneously. You couldn't put the camera somewhere else, right? So, I mean, it makes sense.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height. When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct? That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position so it would produce that angle.
Right?
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez, that place is like a 4D pocket.
A 4D pocket.
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Before he was crushed by the press, he was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
How do you even know this?
Well, wait just a minute.
How do you swap with a body? What other bodies did you swap with?
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
Where did you find the bodies?
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he... Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so... I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
What?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Thrown away?
The other bodies are... gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
Kokichi and Kaito were the only ones in the hangar at the time. If they were the only ones present during the body swapping trick, then the real victim was... They're the person in the hangar. If it wasn't an old body, it could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Kokichi.
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
Something important?
If I had the timeline right, there were only 2 people in the hangar at the time. Which means that something had to have been decided before. I have to pin that down. Don't let anything escape me this time. Hangman's Gambit. Victim. Again, right? Victim. Uh-oh. Victim what? Oh, shit. I thought that was an M. I thought it was an M. I thought it was an M. Alright, victim what? Victim what? How were the bodies swapped if only 2 people were in the... Victim... Victim what? Oh shit. Oh my god, bro. Victim is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fuck it, I gotta guess. I gotta guess the first letter at least. D was not it. I gotta at least get the guess on the first letter. Let's try an E. That's not E. D, E, L? Fuck! D, E, L. I need the first letter at least. D, E, L. H? Victim! H-E-L-P-E-D. The victim helped? What the fuck? Kokichi helped? Oh my god! Oh my god, that was an L. Oh shit! That's OD! That's OD! Let's go, dude. That's OD! This dude switched places with him?
I can't believe I overlooked this.
He wanted to see what dying Kaito could do.
What do you mean? There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time the bodies were swapped.
Jesus.
Which means they were working together.
Huh? Working together?
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside.
That's OD. Bruh.
They switched places while the press and the camera were stopped. Then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim.
So maybe Kokichi never drunk the antidote and maybe gave the antidote to your boy. I don't know. I don't know, dude. This is
To put it
fuck.
simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times.
They only had one
Impossible
shot.
trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
That's OD. So OD, we are taking a break. I will see you guys for the next episode of Danganronpa V3 while I charge my controller.